So, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Monday, Mindset Monday. How are you doing? How was your weekend? What great things did you accomplish? Did you connect with your family, your friends? Did you reset your goals, your plans? Did you, I don't know, relax because maybe that's what you needed the most? So, over the weekend, I was blessed to spend time with seven amazing women. Aspiring entrepreneurs, some already in their business, being like winning the game. And we got to retreat. We went away to a beautiful location in Gaston Lake, North Carolina. And these ladies showed up and they were amazing. But what was great is that they began to set goals on the weekend in their life zone. So when you work with me, we begin to focus on a certain area of your life that I call life zones. So that could be your spirituality, perhaps it's your health, maybe it's your personal development, maybe it's your business or your finances. But I believe that we grow and we do better when we're focused. So, what area in your life right now do you want to focus on? But what I really want to talk to you about today is, are you living the awakening life? So, the retreat was called Awakening. And I talk about awakening because most of us walk through life asleep. And what do I mean by that? So, asleep means that you are continuously stuck in your past. Like you have believed for far too long that you are the experiences that are happening to you or that has happened to you. That because the mind is fully created to do amazing and phenomenal things, however, it must be programmed, it must be challenged, it must be told what to do. When you're in the sleep state, you only allow your mind to think about what has already happened, or you perceive a future that is super scary. But when you awaken to your fullness, to your potential, to these amazing ideas that are dropping in your mind every day, probably, but you're too afraid to move in it because when you're asleep, you're afraid. You're afraid of rejection. You're afraid. You fear failure. You're afraid that you're going to be abandoned. You're too afraid. You think you're going to do something wrong. And in life, listen, when you learn that your quote unquote wrong things will lead you to your right things when you wake up, it's okay. Like the wrong is not the end. The wrong is just the indicator. So that was one of the things that the ladies learned this weekend is that our emotions are indicators. So when you awaken, you begin to see everything as what God says, all things are working together. So I want to ask you, are you awake or are you asleep? So I'm going to tell you some things to let you know which one. So we talked a little bit about the symptoms of being asleep. That means that you are living in your past, you're living in the pain, you believe that you are the experiences that you've had, you think your life can't get any better unless someone outside of yourself shows up. Like you think that if I meet the right person, if I meet the right man, if I get the right job, if I get the right opportunity, then my life can change. But the truth is you have to be the right person, correct? You can do that. That's what the awakened person does. They create opportunities. They don't wait for them to happen. They become the right person, so they begin to attract the kind of people they want. So this is what it means to awaken. Also, when you're asleep, have a victim mentality. You are afraid all the time. You think that like only bad things are going to happen to you. And maybe a lot of bad things have happened to you to condition your mind to believe that. But I want you to know that there's another side of that. There's something else you can do to wake up from that way of thinking. And so here are three things you can do to begin to wake up from that way of thinking. One, I want you to become aware that you think that. Like maybe you've just been moving through life and thinking or feeling that this is just how it is. If you're in the just this is just how it is state, you're probably not awakened or not even aware that you're moving from lack limitation thinking. So I want you to begin to pay attention to what you think about, pay attention to where your mind goes, pay attention to how you're oftentimes thinking about the same thing. That is an indicator that you are asleep. Another thing I want you to really notice when you're faced with new situations, is your immediate response no? Do you think that no, I'm not capable of that? So that's for someone else. But yet you've been asking and praying for God to do something new and great and abundant in your life, then a new opportunity comes, and your response immediately is no, I can't, I don't know how, um, I want to, but I don't. Here's the thing, the new opportunity came to invite you to get prepared because you've been asking, you've been saying you want to do this new thing, and now here's the new opportunity to do it. And God is inviting you to get prepared. So that's what the awaken does. So people who wake up, people who are moving from their awakened mindset, hear a new opportunity, and they're like, I personally, I say yes to every new opportunity. I've said yes to so many things that when people ask me, can you speak on this? Can you teach on this? Do you know how to do this? I'm like, yes. When do you need it done? And whenever that is usually not right now, then I go get prepared because I'm not going to miss an opportunity because my mind is telling me I can't do it. Now, if it's completely out of my wheelhouse, yes, out of respect for me and that person, I'm not going to show up and not give you my best. But if I know what you're asking for is in my wheelhouse, my answer is always yes. Yes, when I don't know how. Yes, when I have to figure it out. Yes, when I don't know where I'm going. Yes, yes, because yes means I have to go and get prepared. And that's what the awakened mind does. It's always looking for your yes. A person who's asleep have lots of dreams, but they don't set goals. I need you to get that. When you are in a sleep state, and I want you to ask yourself, do I have a lot of dreams? Do I have a lot of ideas? Do I have a lot of things that I really want to do? Do I imagine my life sometime being better, greater? Do I know I have these skills and these talents that other people love and see me doing and like, oh my God, you're so good at that. And then you downplay it and you think, this is no big deal. It is a big deal. But and then you say things like, well, I want to earn more money. I want to be in a better relationship. I want to be more healthy. That's the dream. But then you don't set goals to do it. I want to be more healthy in 3 months. I want to increase my income within a year. I want to save more. Like you need a timeline. That's what makes it a goal. And then you do things daily to get you there. So the awakened person is always moving towards the vision and the dream. But now, again, if you are the person who's asleep, you're not, you don't have a vision. You may have dreams. I mean, there's these things you want to do, but you don't have a vision. A vision will pull you out of your asleep state. A vision will be so vivid. It will, desire will be so heavy on you that you want to figure out how to do this. And that will require you to wake up out of your mind of victim, out of your mind of pain, out of your mind of worrying and wondering why is it working for everybody but not for me. And you begin to do things every single day to get you there. And you just believe, even if you don't have evidence, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So even when you don't see the evidence that's getting you there, you move by faith and you say, every day I'm going to show up. I show up every Monday on these on these lives unless I'm sick or something going on, because it's a part of my deposit towards the bigger vision, towards the dream. If I decide later, well, I'm not going to show up, I'm not going to do it, it's not working, then I'm moving back to my sleep-like mindset. And I just got to keep going. I got to keep going. I got to keep going. And you do too. So I want to invite you to wake up. I want to invite you to live a life like no other. I want you to imagine your life 1 year from now. If you would just decide which life zone you're going to make better. What is the area in your life that your dreams excite you? What is it, the thing that you want to do and you have been putting off for far too long? What is the business maybe you want to start, or you're doing it as a side hustle, but you haven't given it your all because you're like, well, can you have this full-time job? There's a lot of time that you can find to get things done. And oftentimes, instead of trying to do it on the back end of your job and getting home exhausted from giving them, your 4 8 hours, and this might scare you, but your dreams will scare you. Give your first hour in the morning to you. So that means getting up out of bed a little bit more early, pray, do your meditation, and then give your job, your vision, your dreams, the first 30 minutes of your day, maybe the first hour of your day if you have it. But don't give it the end. It's just like our tithe. We don't give God our last, we give him our first. Give your dreams your first. Wake up in the morning. If you don't have to be to work at 7 or 8 and you get up at 6, get up at 5 and do 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something towards your visions and dreams to help you begin to wake up and move out of the limited life you're living right into your possibilities. That's where like the beauty is. That's where, that there's the saying, um, your greatest life is on the other side of fear, and it's doing the work. So I hope this has somehow blessed you. I want to ask you to do me a favor. Will you like, share, and subscribe to my channel? On YouTube, I would like for you to subscribe. Here on Facebook, I want you to not only like, but share this video. If you know that there are some people in your life where you're thinking, man, every time I talk to them, they have all these great ideas, but they're not moving. Every time I talk to them, like I see their amazement, but they don't see it. They are asleep. So share this video with hopes of waking them up. And if there's something that I said that resonated with you and you're thinking, I have peeps, I have like glimpses of this awakening life, but I'm not living my full potential. I need help. Reach out to me at verythoughtfullife.com. Book a free discovery call. My clients, when they wake up to their greatness, they begin to show up for themselves. They begin to see like their life better, and then they begin to take action steps to get them there. And that's what I want to help you do. Can't wait to work with you. Can't wait to hear from you. Have an amazing Monday.